kick it in the dick. Sorry.
Oh, dick. Look, Vegeta, a Pokemon. Oh, yes, guess what? Jumping in to your Friday nights or whatever time you listen to this, like a 35-year-old man dressed in Shield cosplay. It's the Slamcast. I don't know where I was going with that intro, but here we are. It is the usual Friday crew, as always. We got a 4-man booth, because we're talking Night of Champions. I'm joined, as always, by my lovely cadre of associates. Our show researcher, Leslie Joy.
Hey.
Hey, what's going on? The man who's adding color commentary to this cavalcade of weirdness, Mr. Lawn Boys Post, Dave Wade.
Hey. Sorry.
Hey. And the guy who's playing the wizard behind the whole thing. I don't even know what I'm doing for this.
I have no idea.
I thought someone needs to poke you with a broom handle and wake you up a bit.
You should stop recording and just start again.
Winging it. This is what we call
Fuck it.
To wing it and just,
You should literally just stop and start again.
Should we? I don't know where to
Yeah,
go.
well, speaking of fucking, Shield, what the hell is this guy doing? Because I'm giving Pegasus Nick Horacek, by the way. I'm on my tablet. I look up. I have the WWE Network off my Xbox One on my TV, and there's this idiot standing in the ring. Like, what the fuck? I'm watching him get.
This has become a thing now, and we're opening the show with this because it's a thing, and
but they're finally addressing it now, aren't they? Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did it take so fucking long?
I don't know.
Well, because a lot of times when this would happen, it'd be like one isolated incident, and then there'd be a span where nothing would happen.
Yeah, this has been the fourth one in the last month.
We had the briefcase hitting Roman in the head.
Yeah.
We had the dude on Monday Night Raw a few weeks ago. We had the guy that got tackled who was going after Ambrose. And now we have this.
Officially a spring.
And we'd be duly remiss if we didn't call out on it, because we do have to call out our own. Miguel, that no way looked like Drake younger.
That was not like what
No,
was no.
That guy was bald.
I told him to send 2 different articles.
And if you saw his mugshot, he had tattoos on his head. Like he's trying to be Bam Bam Bigelow. Like, dude, you're not Bam Bam Bigelow. Fuck off.
No, that guy. First of all right. That guy was dressed. Obviously, as I mentioned, that guy was dressed in Shield cosplay. God. You can't tell me that wasn't that guy's plan all along. Like. And what was he thinking was going to happen?
Well, he thought it was his one moment in the sun, didn't he? That's why
he thought, oh my God.
It's like the dude on Raw who started walking with Seth Rollins with the dreadlocks and the hat and everything. He was like, "It's gonna be my 1 minute of, my 15 minutes of fame." Well, guess what?
You know what
this guy's 15 minutes of fame cost him 10 days in jail.
Good.
What were you going to say, Dave?
I was going to say that I think it's safe to say that the real reason behind all of this now is it's your 1 day in fame on social media. So I think, things like Facebook and stuff like that definitely have are the underlying fault behind these. Well, and obviously the people are idiots as well. But
yeah,
I'm going to make myself famous on Facebook and I don't know why I'm doing that accent. Get 15,000 clicks. No, you just ruined the event for everyone else, you twat.
No, you just got laughed at. I mean, Bray Wyatt was laughing at this idiot, which is hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, Bray played it perfectly, too. He's like, "This is your third guy?"
Beautifully, so good. And I mean, it was like, if that was a plant, the announcers wouldn't have been silent.
Like,
yeah.
Like
That's how
people
you
just
know it's not real,
yeah.
because they Vince
They got no
McMahon is in the.
response at that point because it's just.
Well, why would they draw attention to it? You know.
Yeah, it's well a good point.
I mean, it wasn't like you remember like what was it? I was a match King of the Ring '97 when it was Michaels versus Austin, and there was like a special needs fan that fell over the ring. You saw Sean break character, and and they kind of addressed it, and whatever. But like this is completely different. I mean,
That's entirely different though.
right?
Yeah.
But yeah, your 15 minutes of fame, buddy, just got landed you 10 days in jail. And I guarantee this guy's attorney was at least smart to say, dude, this is on national, this is on TV, the whole world fucking saw it.
You really
Take
think
the
this guy
plea
got an
deal, plead
attorney?
guilty, and move
Just
on.
do the
You really think
time.
this guy got an attorney? Like,
Plus, also, well, you get one free, but they're the shit
Public
ones.
defender. At least,
But you've also
smart enough to. But this could
got
have been
to.
like a year and a half in jail. And like a WWE also needs to kind of make sure they got at least beef up their security a little bit. And at least they've made it clear that okay, we're not fucking around anymore.
well,
Well, no, because you've got to wonder what this cost them in a live event.
It's gonna require, you're gonna see a lot more security guards in front of those front row seats and in those aisles and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
I
Look,
think next time it happens, whatever wrestler it is, to just shame them, look at them, just go, "You've never had sex, have you?"
That
Or-
would be funny. I mean, it was funny because I saw Jericho's Twitter when he said, "Yeah, the jackass got 10 days in jail." I'm like, I think I tweeted him like, "Good. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200." So, but if this was, let's cut back like you cut back about 10 years. The fan that ran it like during the whole when Hogan turned heel, the formation of the NWO. Nash put the boots to that guy. There was a cage match involved where I think there's an event where Randy Savage pay-per-view punched a motherfucker. Like if that happened now, there'd be lawsuits out the ass.
yeah,
So
it's a
WWE,
different
yeah,
era, so
Yeah.
obviously those things wouldn't happen. But
but WWE's doing the right. They're trying to. It was like if this was just like one incident in a Blue Moon, it'd be whatever. But
Yeah,
It'd be like a
we have-
streaker at Wimbledon. You just ignore it, wouldn't you? But like you
Yes.
said, it's coming out. It's coming out of the walls.
it's
So
happening too much, and they're putting an end to it now before something bad happens.
yeah.
But the
before
funny
we
thing
get
is,
like a
there's another
Steffi
side
Graf.
to it. Where people have actually, a few people I've seen in some forums right now, have said that it was a plant. Like, really? No, it wasn't a
Are you
plant.
that
Because
fucking dense?
yeah, it's
Like-
nothing but a complete fucking showstopper, event ruiner. Not whole
You know what?
event, but people have
You-
meticulously planned this, and then that little twat
Yeah.
jumps over it. Like, why would WWE do something like that and say, "Oh, it's a plan. This gets us promotion"? No, it doesn't. It
Yeah,
costs them
exactly.
fucking
First
money.
of all,
You thick bastards.
yeah. First of all,
Thank you, Nick. You owe me 5 cents every time you say that, by the way.
First of all, every WWE event is meticulously planned out to the minute.
Exactly,
So-
to the clock.
So exactly. So this guy jumping the rail took about what, a minute, 2 minutes out of the show. That probably took away from the 6-man tag match because
Something else had to go.
it happened
basically.
exactly. It happened during their block, so they probably had to cut at least a spot out, maybe,
Yeah.
just to meet their times and just to make sure. The
I
rest of
say
the
they
show
shouldn't
flows.
send him to prison. I say they should chuck him in the locker room and then put a chair against the door.
I just think
Talk amongst
the
yourselves.
WWE should do, the WWE fans, not the WWE themselves, the WWE fans should do a better job of policing it, and don't celebrate these people. Don't encourage your friends
Yeah.
to do this, because like I said, we've seen these people do it at baseball games, like the "Don't Tase Me, Bro" guy, like did it on a dare from his friends.
Right.
Like, don't encourage.
Presumably, he's got a ban for life as well, on top of the prison
Yeah, I
sentence.
think they do ban
yeah.
for life.
Safe to say that he's banned for life from all WWE events. But we have to do something about it.
You do that in
because
football in the UK, you get banned from every single football club,
Yep.
Yeah.
which
What
is
were
a
you
good
gonna say,
thing
Les?
because, sorry,
You don't need to be here.
Stop
And I mean,
reporting. There's no need to report something like that. Like, there's literally no need to ever mention it.
Yeah, and like if this
literally
starts
stop the problem in
Yeah.
part by just refusing to publish anything regarding that matter.
And like I
No,
said, the
no,
WWE cameras shouldn't even show these people. Like
Yeah.
immediately as soon as it happens, they should switch to Taz and Michael Cole, or
whoever.
Taz and Michael Cole.
Wow.
Wow, what the fuck? Yeah,
Did
in
you just jump back in
2003.
time to 2003?
I did. Just go back in time to 2003. Let me go back and jump back in time into my time machine. Okay, now here we are in 2015. JBL and Michael Cole.
And Jerry Lawler on pay-per-view.
Jerry Lawler on pay-per-view occasionally. But what I fear that this could lead to, and this is worst case scenario, and I'm not, it's not going to go worst case scenario, because like worst case scenario is Mexico, where they have a fence around the fans.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
every match seems like you're watching a steel cage match.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's they can. They need to tighten their security, because if I go on a slightly serious, tangent right now, if you look at all the sports in the world where they've ended up doing that, at some point it goes wrong, and the people who've done nothing wrong get punished by the fact that they can't get out.
Exactly.
So,
All the rest of us are going to be punished because of this, because fans that are going to go to live events mean the ring is going to be farther away from those people that are paying those front row tickets and those expensive shows.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't
and
be
if you get a
surprised
stampede, you're fucked.
I wouldn't be surprised that next WrestleMania there's like one of those barriers like you see at concerts to separate the fans from the wrestlers and stuff.
I
like
say
that.
they have police officers with beanbag guns. That works.
Well, Texas,
really,
so
you
yeah,
really just need more, just enough, and they're just constantly watching. They're vigilant. Someone, you see someone
can't, though.
start to.
There's like literally
Yeah,
unless you're having
I
one,
agree with Brandon. It's such a big event that
yeah.
you can't have your eyes on everything, because what
They're
you
gonna
do
have
if you take
they're gonna have
shit.
100,000 people in Dallas for WrestleMania. They want or expect, or at least 80,000.
Well, I think we're gonna end up getting put. And I mean, and this is just us saying that. So we're gonna get fucked over because a couple of idiots decide to try and get their little 15 minutes of fame.
Or it's gonna be, or the people that are gonna go to WrestleMania are gonna get fucked over because it's gonna be a little bit farther away from their experience, from the ringside experience is going to be a little bit farther
The
away.
bottom line is, like you said, some jackass acts like a twat for his 15 minutes in the sun, and who loses? Thousands and thousands and thousands of fans based on one individual's fucking stupidity.
Yeah, and then we'll start seeing at live events, we'll start seeing the ring being farther away from the crowd. You'll see those first 3 rows of seats probably taken out just to, give less room for people, or more room for,
and also put staff in.
Yeah, it's we have to do something as as fans.
They are tight, but this is the point, though, isn't it, about this thing, which is they are tightening the rules now, aren't they? Because it used to be they were, I wouldn't say they were lenient on them, but they kind of,
it was just a slap on the wrist.
Right, and now, I think them making it clear that, no, we're going to come after you legally. You're going to be...
Well, this was not in Texas, too. Like, this is why, this happened in Texas, where the laws are a little bit more strict. So, they cracked down pretty hard on this guy.
And I think they need to crack, down everywhere.
Yeah, like I said, I think, like I was going to say, WWE fans need to police these, and I'm not saying be vigilantes, but if you see somebody trying to do it,
just grab them and pull them back and hold them down.
Exactly. If you hear somebody saying, "Oh, I dare you to jump," be like, "Come on, bro, don't be a dick." Don't.
Yeah.
I think that should literally be the only coverage on it.
Yeah.
We've seen what happened to him,
someone does it, mention it.
Yeah, I'm just looking up.
I'm talking about it because it's become a thing. It's like this is like the 4th time.
No, that's what I'm saying. But because it's become a thing. But from here on out,
let's not glamorize these people.
Is this a criminal or a civil offence?
It's a criminal offence because you're.
So he's going to get, what I'm saying, rightly so, he's going to get a criminal record from this then?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you can still go to prison in this country for civil stuff, by the way, I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, I was I'm looking up right now because WWE's doing a live event in Billings, Montana that I wish I was going to. Thank you, Ty, for not telling me you were going to go, or else I would have told you to give me a ticket and I'd pay you back on it.
Heat. heat.
Yeah.
Call him out, bro. This dude. Well, first of all, you're calling out a former Pac-12 wrestling champion, bro. You got some fucking stones.
Exactly.
I'd be like,
But-
sorry, Ty. Oh man, that sucks. You didn't buy me a ticket. Please don't kick my ass.
He's not gonna do anything.
Guy was a
Anyway, but I'm looking up how
Two-time
big the
Pac-12 wrestling champion. You're fucking calling this motherfucker out.
dude. I don't give a single fuck.
You better have a jiu-jitsu black belt.
No. See, Nick's right. It's because he broke the bro code.
Here we go. Anyway, but I'm looking up how big it holds. About it can hold up to about 12,000. So you figure for a WWE event, because they're gonna cut out. There's gonna be a spot in the locker room. There's gonna be, the entrance area. And there's gonna be things like that set up. I'd say it's probably, if they don't sell out, or if it gets sold, it'd probably be like maybe 8,000. So it's not it's not a huge arena. It's Billings, fucking Montana.
What are you looking like for a cost though for the ticket?
I
General.
think it was like around $60.
Yeah, to get in, get a good seat.
Yeah, which
Anything
isn't
worth
too
doing
bad,
is worth
honestly.
doing,
I mean, I spent 45 and I saw Dirk Bentley here in Great Falls a few months ago. But
That's all right, because I'll pay in pounds, so I'll get it for 45.
but it's one of those things that, is the ring going to be maybe it'll be a little farther from the rail? Well, I don't think anyone in Montana is going to be that stupid to do it, but then again, who fucking knows?
I mean,
I feel like
it's
we
kind of
live in the
idiots.
internet age, and we'll find out now. Like that's the thing. We
It
live
doesn't
in the
have to
universe.
be though. Like you said, I mean, I know, and Brandon said it, and I agreed with him, which is you got a million and one things to watch when you host one of these events, but hopefully it's a cost to them. It doesn't have to be that way, and they shouldn't have to, but they pick up their A game on policing,
I think so.
the current space around the ring.
I would hope more, people are like, wait a minute, this is going to fuck everybody else over. And it's one of those things where, like, if I'm going to buy a ticket to go to a show, I'm going to go, like, I want to go to this one because I want to hear the reaction everyone hear for John Cena. If it's cheers, I want, like, for that, Roman's reaction. I want to see everyone's reaction to the fucking New Day or the Dudleys. It'd just be interesting just for that. I mean, I would, like, see the Dudleys live. Fuck it, that'd be awesome. I'd just go and have fun. If I randomly, like, I'm leaving and I'm running like Becky Lynch or something. I don't know why I just said Becky Lynch, but
Come on, we know why you said. We know why. Come on, bro.
yeah. Well,
You got no-
it's just like one of those things.
I appreciate your gumption, but no chance. No chance in hell.
No shit.
No chance.
But just
in
randomly
hell.
get a picture, whatever, things like that. Great. I'm not gonna be the idiot to fucking jump the rail and watch. Like again, if this was '95, I'd have Randy Savage punch me in the face.
Exactly. Like you got. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's like. I'm pretty sure like Roman wanted to punch that dude in the face. That came up and wanted to...
Well, you only got to see expression. Look at his expression. It's
like
Bray's expression was best though. Bray's like trying. That's someone trying hard as hell not to break. And so,
I can honestly say, right, if it, like you said, when you're in the crowd, if you saw someone doing this, pull them back and pin them down. But if one of my mates did this, fuck it, you're disowned. You're dead to me, man. Like that's just fucking pathetic, disgraceful. And I don't, by association, you've made me an asshole as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at least there's at least serious heat, and the guy's not dead to me. But I'm just like, you're a fucking idiot.
Like really, dude.
Anyway, so let's move on from this.
Yeah, that's
basically
enough.
Moral
talking
of the
about
story:
this shit.
Don't be a dick.
Bingo.
Please don't be a
Bingo.
dick. Like I literally think the one last final.
And Leslie was right, which is they should just completely cut it off at the source, and not by any kind of coverage, even though they got caught with their pants down. Any coverage whatsoever, just empowers more morons to want to do this.
If they have to go back later, and only people that saw it were on the live stream in the network or whatever, and then they go back later and decide to do a different camera angle and something else, fine.
Probably.
Which is what they'll probably do. What they probably did. I haven't gone back and looked at it yet, but is what they probably did because there's no reason to give this guy any more attention than he has. Guess what? He's lucky he didn't get any more time in jail.
Exactly.
And guess what, bitch? You're not going to show up on the DVD version because they're going to edit you out. And I'm pretty sure you forgot to set your TiVo box before you did this. So fuck off.
Yep.
Basically.
You're an idiot.
So don't be a dick.
Yep. So how about we get to the actual match portion of this?
Yeah, I mean, like we could talk all day about the show. We're not going to be one of those shows. We broke it down to bullet points. Some basic things we want to talk about. I mean, obviously,
yeah,
the most obvious match result to ever. I mean, I literally think this is the most obvious conclusion to a match of the year. Um, well, I don't know where it ranks in the pantheon of obviousness. Um, Probably old to go down as an all-time great obvious moments in wrestling history, I think. But congratulations, nonetheless, to Charlotte. She definitely, in her short time in this company,
Yep.
has proved worthy of her namesake, or proved worthy of her DNA, and done the family name proud.
Oh, side note, did you see because you can go in and edit Wikipedia, did you
Are
see
we
that she was renamed Ric
are-
Flair's Dong Juice?
Yeah, or are we gonna talk about the kayfabe news article where David Flair having lovely success after gender reassignment surgery as
No.
Charlotte Flair? Oh my God! Yeah,
Oh,
kayfabe news with the no chill article of the week, right there.
Yeah, they're continually pumping out good stuff. But yeah,
Kayfabe news with continuously with the no chill, man. They're a bunch of
That was
savages
one where
over
I was
there.
like, oh, really? Like,
Kayfabe news has at least one or two a week where you're just like, oh God, you guys are fucking savages.
yeah.
well, it's all
I,
done in the namesake of comedy, you know. It's
Yes,
satire. It's
obviously.
beautiful. I
No, I
love
know
it.
it is, but that's like how savage the satire is. Where you're just like, oh man, David Flair, really, David Flair's not dead. He's
Really?
just went gender reassignment surgery. Really, terrible.
But yeah,
Anyway,
we all knew this was coming.
yeah,
I mean, you know, we knew Nikki was going to lose that title because
yeah.
WWE got what they
I mean,
wanted.
come on. It was the most. It was the most. I'm trying to work. I can't make anything of any more Bella puns. We're really out of the Bellatron, the Bellabration, the Bella. I mean, I wish the match lived up to it because that's really, from what I don't think of, for lack of a better term, shit show. Shit show. Is that cool? Can we agree on that? Shit show. Is that an acceptable term?
Yeah.
Yep.
Shit show.
I wouldn't say sure.
Okay. What's below shit show?
No, it was better than.
Stained show.
It was a complete shit show.
Not a complete shit show.
Yeah, it was better than that. It's at
I
least
just think it
mediocre.
really could have been. I really just think it could have been better. I especially think because Nikki has made such good progress in the ring over.
You could call it B+ show. Must try harder.
I just
I
think
don't
for
know.
a
I
blow
really like.
off. I just think for a
I thought
blow
he
off.
did a really good job with working her leg down and stuff. Like, and kept it up throughout the entire match.
I don't know. I just think there were some uncrisp moments there that could have been covered up.
Yeah.
Could have been.
I said mediocre. Like, not saying it was the best.
And I guess that's always kind of going to be like the one. I guess,
Less than A game.
the one knock women's wrestling always is going to have on it is because they are always, and I'm not saying it's women's wrestling is inferior to men's wrestling, but
Oh no.
they're for some reason their botches are so much more noticeable.
Yeah, I don't quite. Whatever. It's. You know what? I haven't been a more. I don't know. It's like I said, more a fan of Brie Bella just because she seems more like a real person than Nikki. But I just think that.
I mean, come on. We know why you. We know. Come on.
Okay.
Don't even
Anyway,
go there.
this
Don't even
whole
go there.
yeah, I'll keep it classy. You know, like President Obama's speech about John Boehner resigning.
Don't boo the president. That's been great. This is my biggie moment of the week too, by the way.
Don't boo the president. Well,
Don't
they're
boo the
in
president.
Texas, so what the fuck do you expect?
Wait, what? How? What happened? How did you not send that to me? Did Biggie say that?
Oh yeah, he said that during the Night of Champions pay-per-view when he was during their promo. Remember that when they were talking about the great people that have signed their save the tables positions,
which is hilarious.
where he does. He just did
Don't
it
boo
so
the president.
great. Rock, like they're. I love Biggie.
Just awesome.
I just love their list of Jake from State Farm,
Jake from State
Bill
Farm.
Nye.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Oh, it's so funny.
This moment in New Day appreciation.
Yep.
Totally thinking about tweeting them too. By the way, there's a church, or I'm going to use this term very loosely when I say the term church, that it's New Day Tabernacle. And I'm totally going to try and take a picture of it and then tweet them and then see if they retweet me and then see how watch my Twitter explode.
Oh please, yeah, it was like when Gabriel Iglesias Fluffy movie was getting ready to come out, and I tweeted the Shield. It was a Shield meme. Believe in the Fluffy movie, July 11th. It had like 160 some fucking retweets. My Twitter's goddamn blowing up. Like so and so retweeted blah, 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 what? And I'm looking through it because I think I had Lisa Marie, Victoria retweeted. I like, fuck.
You were famous you were Twitter famous for a moment. Good job, Nick.
Anyway.
Better
But
than
yeah, this whole idea of it seems like there was this long period in WWE where it was just teaching hot women how to wrestle. They just pick people up.
I'm not saying that's a bad strategy, because for a while in wrestling there was really not a whole hell of a lot of attractive female wrestlers. There was Sarah Del Rey, and then some girls in Japan that were really doing their own thing that American audiences I don't really think are quite ready yet, because I've seen some Joshi wrestling, and some of these girls are fucking tough as shit. And I don't think American audiences are really, we're just beginning to accept Ronda Rousey.
No.
Yeah, we're just beginning to accept Ronda Rousey as, a dominant sports star.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, the performer that will now be known as Asuka, the Joshi formerly known as Kana, is going to, shake things up.
Bridge that gap, in a sense.
I will just put it that way. She's going to be a shock to the system. I think a real paradigm shift in the way I think we're going to view.
It got me hooked because they had the contract signing on NXT this week, and here comes Emma and Dana Brooke, and they like, just leave, and she just walks off, and she's about to go in the back, and she just kind of gives a smile. I'm like, what is going on?
She is like Emma's a legit pro. Like, Emma's been around for a buck, but it's gonna be hard for me to refer to as Asuka for a while. Kana is going to kick Dana Brooke out of wrestling. Literally, I think. Literally. I literally
actually
think
she needs to kick Eva Marie out of wrestling, but that's.
I think she might do that too. I think
I hope so. Please.
I think that could be possible. I think Kana would work one match and just, who being who she is, and probably not, toning down her style enough, is gonna go a little too hard with Eva Marie and just break her.
Turn her to dust.
Or at least kick her arm off or something, like Black Knight style, like. Yeah.
Like when Brock Lesnar broke down.
She could be like Lady Brock Lesnar. It's scary.
Broke Hardcore Holly's neck. Is that what you're gonna get at?
Something like that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I meant like when he accidentally broke one of J&J Security's ribs. Who was it?
Oh, that was Jamie Noble.
Yeah, Jamie Noble.
Oh, Jamie Noble, you tough motherfucker, man.
I can see you doing that.
Yes. Like I said it a long time ago on my Side Scroller Sundays video when he was in the security and he was going after Ambrose. He's putting them in chokeholds. He's getting completely into it.
He had a career revival. Anyway, that's enough about Jamie Noble. So this was whole start about Charlotte. Good for her. That I'm glad she's getting the belt. More about that later, because something else happened involving the Divas division. There also was another new champion on Night of Champions, and I think this is something that deserves talking a great deal about, because, again, this is another one of those moments that if you told me 5 years ago that Kevin Steen...
what the fuck are you smoking?
Kevin Steen is going to be your Intercontinental Champion. Beat Johns, I'll list it on the list of shit that I didn't think was going to happen 5 years ago. Kevin Steen would be signed by the WWE. Kevin Steen would wrestle a WWE match. Kevin Steen would beat John Cena in his first WWE match. Kevin Steen would win a WWE title within 3 months of debuting.
Did much to the day.
Yeah, 5. What is it? He debuted May.
I believe he's on the fast track program, apparently.
5 months of filming in the main roster, he's already Intercontinental Champion. You told me that in 2010, I'd be like, what are you on?
Can I have some of it?
What sort of magical hallucinogenic drug are you on?
Yeah,
That
and
lets
then
you see
look
the
what
future?
happened. Kevin Owens is your Intercontinental Champion. I'm watching that match and I'm just like, oh, please let it happen. And it's like,
He does. Here's the thing, though, and not only was it a great match, not only did he have a great match with Ryback, and he's like actually making a Ryback feud interesting. He did something so simple as an eye rake, and gets
Mhm.
over with it or gets heat. It's so simple, so incredibly genius. Like you see his really evolution as a performer, the way he's now interacting with the crowd. He did rest holds, and he did, this was a guy who, like, in the independents, when people would like tear, throw things out of it, people like started working headlocks in the middle
yeah.
of the match and stuff like that. Like,
And now it's like,
I mean,
I
Kevin Owens
think it's
worked.
because when he does things like this, where, in Japan in the match with Balor, he goes and he didn't do like the running, mafia kick, and then he just drops into a real chin lock. I hate this stupid country and everyone in it. And he does things like that. Or again, now the ladder match with Balor, he has him pinned up against the ring with a ladder. He's gonna run up to him like he's gonna do something, and then he just punches him in the face. It's things like that.
Close. Oh yeah, yeah. It's We're really witnessing the evolution of a performer, and it just goes to show that I think those things were always present in
Mhm.
Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen. He didn't need WWE to bring that out.
He understands the
You know,
psychology,
he did
and that's what's one of the
exactly,
he doesn't need to
exactly,
do. He doesn't even need to do the package pile driver in WWE. It's this. I love watching because of the psychology with what this guy does.
exactly. I want to see
Mhm.
what he's gonna say
And
and
then
do next,
he
and
does things
that's the
like,
one thing.
He's the complete package, though, isn't it? Like you say,
mhm.
psychology. It's like it's everything. He knows how to work everything.
Yeah, I mean, and then he's pretty much kayfabe
Grade A professional.
24/7, especially on Twitter. Unless like even it's still in character when he's saying something nice about his kid, his kids or something. And even that's still in character just because, he tweets after he wins a title, oh, and this one's for you, buddy. It's like, because he just says that I fight to make a better life for my family. It basically, I don't care what I gotta do to do it, but guess what? I'm fighting. This is for my family, and if you don't like it, deal with it.
I love I love his tweet to Sami Zayn when Sami Zayn was talking to the Young Bucks. Don't talk to my friends. Like he's so. Also, I don't know if I brought this up before on Twitter, but Kevin Owens as Bears. Follow it if you haven't
Yes.
followed it already. It is great. Kevin Owens as Bears,
Oh man.
and it's literally
Kevin Owens
exactly
is
what.
they always
What?
like zoom in on him being just completely unimpressed at the same time I am.
And it is.
Dead on.
It's those subtle things that he does in with his face and interactions with the crowd that just prove to show that he is a complete performer, and those he was always going to be a star no matter what company. Like if TNA signed him, I don't even want to think of what could have happened. Maybe
I think we're overlooking two words here that sum them up perfectly: work
Yep.
ethic.
work ethic, exactly, and I'm glad he has the Intercontinental title because I always think the Intercontinental title should go on somebody who is the
And that's
best
what that
worker.
title's always been. It's always gone to the best workers. Look at the
Exactly.
guys that have won it. From Savage to Perfect to Owen Hart, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold
Bret Hart,
Austin.
Kurt Hennig. Like
Plus, how excited are you to see him compete with John Cena over who has the better championship title?
well, more prestigious wise, it's
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
Intercontinental title. The Intercontinental title is the second most prestigious title in WWE. So, yeah,
I feel like there's going
that's,
to be.
it's kind of a big deal. That's why I say this. Like I said, told me 5 years ago, Kevin Steen would be the ROH champ. Well, first it was I believe at the time it was ROH champion in 2000.
Yeah, I
Maybe
mean,
it was 2012.
No, but like, can't you see Kevin Owens having like a an open, non-open championship
Oh, the
run?
No, I see him doing that and then doing the exact opposite of Cena. Like,
Yes, that's what I mean.
right.
Like,
He's not gonna go. He's not gonna be.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna defend the title every week because I'm champion. No.
no, I mean, I think there's going to be. I think this feud with him and Ryback isn't over
Right.
because
And that's kind of what I was going to get, because he didn't hit him with the finisher on the pop-up powerbomb. He had it was an eye rake and a roll-up.
No, he won with a roll-up, which is the most which is the great way.
Yeah,
to
I mean,
win.
I'm
And the commentary sold it perfectly. JBL said it was his veteran ring presence and what have you. That
I mean,
led him.
we're and here's how I see it going. So he's gonna feud with Ryback. He's gonna keep the title. He's gonna hold it for a few months, and I know Sami Zayn's gonna be coming back here in the next 3 months. Because let's have Sami be done on NXT. He has nothing left to do there. Now that Owens is on the main roster with the title, have Sami chase that. Make him a complete surprise entrant in the Rumble. Just all of a sudden, Owens is in there. He's throwing guys out left. He throws out, Fandango, Adam, whatever, and then he's
Where it's the Kevin Owens dominates portion of the Rumble where it happens every year. Like last year was the Bray Wyatt dominates
until
portion
Roman
of the
looks
Royal
real
Rumble.
strong. Anyway, and then all of a sudden he's in the ring. Owens like, just bring him out, and then 3, 2, 1. Zayn's music hits.
I see that. I see that being a big pop, and I see that being something that's
I mean, it's something I would like to see. And then you just have him. Sami ends up throwing Owens out. Owens fucking just pissed as shit, goes back in there, beats the crap out of him, pop up powerbomb, throws him out. And because again they've done this before. Even if you no disqualifications or whatever in the Rumble, if you go over the top rope out to the floor, both feet, you lose. Doesn't matter if the person was legal or not. Doesn't matter if you do it to yourself. But and then you can have them feud and have them face off for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. Imagine you let those guys go out there 20, 25 minutes, and you let them put on a fucking show stealer.
That's again, you're talking about things that if you would have told me that they were gonna happen, I'd be like,
no. Here's what's gonna happen: is they're gonna start laying the seeds for John Cena Kevin Owens feud now. He's gonna have the Intercontinental belt, and he's gonna do like the fake U.S. Championship and stuff. And then when John Cena takes it off Seth Rollins to break Ric Flair's record, Kevin Owens is gonna take it off John Cena.
You're talking about that thing that I just don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Oh, we have all. I'm just having my theories how I would book it, but then again, this is WWE. I would hope
that's a very good.
I would hope that Triple H has a lot of control and a lot of say of what happens with the guys that get called up from NXT, considering a certain I just won't mention his name, but Vince has final say, but there's people in his ear and they're.
I was going to make a bad joke then. What, Connery?
Anyway,
Sorry.
I mean, I'm just hoping that Triple H has a lot of say in how his guys, when they get called up, if they do well in the main roster, and how they're booked, just because I'm just scared. There's always that fear that, we're going to see someone like Finn Balor called up and they're going to be made into a complete joke. You see what I mean?
I don't think so. I don't think it's going to happen because people are going to react the same way to him coming back, just like the same way Neville was. Mm-hmm. Neville has done fine transitioning well because the people are familiar with them now from the NXT product, so it's going to be like, oh my god, this guy's coming back up. Oh my god, Tommy's coming back up. Like that's that's all coming up in the future. That's why I wish it would all come happen at once, and we would have like an NXT versus WWE
and keep Cena completely out of it, because we saw what happened there. SummerSlam 2010.
I mean, if you could find a way to keep him out of it, but he's not essential to it.
He's John Cena. He has to get involved because he's John Cena.
Something because he's John Cena. But all right, moving on from that, because there was plenty of other things that happened at Night of Champions. We had two major returns.
Well, let's start with the one earlier in the night. During the 6-man.
Yeah, they're both kind of head scratchers, but
one made more sense than the other. We'll start with the one that didn't make a lot of sense to me. Jericho.
It didn't make a lot of sense at the time, but I can see what they're doing.
I mean, I just saw it as you've got this Braun Strowman guy who's big, he's imposing. I thought there was gonna be someone like a Mark Henry that was gonna come in to match him physically.
Someone who's gonna could
so I think they were going for the wily veteran, the speed, versus the big brute strength.
Jericho.
I agree that it wouldn't be Mark Henry.
Jericho, though. That was the hit. Like, no one picked that. No
I think
one.
that's why they did it.
Well,
You think so? You think that wasn't the
I
plan
think
all
they
along?
did it because, like, if you like, so Jericho likes to work mainly
he's
house
been
shows,
working.
right?
Here,
There were no
you
seeds
guys
for
keep
there.
talking.
And
I'll be right
so
back.
if they need someone to do like a one-off like that, they have like, and they want to like surprise everyone, but they don't want to build a story with. It's a great guy to bring because he
I
does
just
like
think
one match, he's out. He's doing he'll do the thing that comes up next. It won't be like a huge thing, and they don't have to get someone involved in it yet. They can like wait.
Well, I think no, and then Jericho probably worked out a schedule where he knew he was probably coming back for this period of time, and they knew they were going to have him for this period of time. So they like, okay, who can we use Jericho to put over, essentially? And Dean Ambrose won the lucky straw. Dean Ambrose is going to be the fortunate one to work with Chris Jericho this time around, and I can't think of two guys that are better to work for themselves right now. I mean, you could definitely see a lot of Dean Ambrose in Chris Jericho.
Yeah,
Sure, yeah.
Charisma, as far
because
as
I can't because I haven't seen any Chris Jericho other than him trying really hard to be cool dad.
oh, so you weren't around. You weren't watching wrestling when Jericho was like in his heyday in WCW and
Oh,
even
speaking
in
of heyday in
WWF when he
WCW, I was
up
watching the
against
top
Stephanie.
10 Nitro moments that was hosted by DDP, and the man of a thousand. Yeah, that whole promo was
1004
on
holds.
there. It's just
That
hilarious.
was like those are legendary moments, and like Ralphus,
personal security.
he had so many
you
great
know?
moments on that show. I like that show. Like I get those. That's why I want those episodes of Nitro to come on the network because there are just.
I
So
mean,
many
there's
great
some,
moments
later. I'm just waiting for like
that-
more of the ECW hardcore TV stuff. I mean, where it's cut off now is right before that
No,
Jericho Taz hardcore shoot fight.
yeah.
Oh boy. Anyway, but yeah, like Jericho's
But like
some
I
of
said,
his best stuff.
okay,
I'm
go
gonna
on.
say
Sorry.
Jericho's best feud was the one he had with Michaels in '08. And I've said it before on this podcast. That moment in mid
I mean,
sentence,
absolutely.
how we went from the bombastic Jericho to this kind of darker, more brooding, like just boom, turned in mid sentence. And he started wearing the suits, he started speaking with big words, and it was just great.
No,
His
it showed
range.
that he can continuously adapt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
continuously
Edge,
adapt his
was the
character to
same.
change
Edge was
to
another guy that
survive
did
in
that. That was awesome.
this phase of his career.
Yes.
Adaptability.
You have guys that are able to do that. The Rock is another example.
And that's exactly he could adapt well to playing the
Yeah.
heel in this feud with Ambrose
Yep.
coming up. I think.
And also,
I can't
the elephant in the
imagine.
room is when you look at these people who can do adaptability, then the other word that you immediately have to say afterwards when it comes to their career is longevity, because they can play the game.
Well, Jericho is one of these guys, one of the rare guys actually that's had really no major injuries in throughout his entire career. Like maybe a few bumps along the way, but he's missed no time in his serious time in his career due to injuries. He's almost like a
and I
freak of
mean,
nature in that way. Like
yeah. Well, just gonna say, like, if you look at this sport,
I mean, how many guys have we seen, retire and they've been broken up? I mean, and I was actually thinking about earlier today, one of the moments that just, floored me was Edge's retirement. And because of his injuries, Michaels was off for 4 years for an injury. Stone Cold, his career was shortened because of an injury. There are guys that are now paralyzed because of it, and it's just Jericho. And I think like right now, and Kane is another guy that hasn't missed a crap load of time from injury. Like you talk about longevity, like it's just one of those things that some guys, can are able to, not feel too many ill effects from it, and then I
it's
don't
a
know if it's
genetic thing, isn't it?
genetic or
Basically,
just how
without
they,
putting.
they're Yeah,
It's how
yeah.
well they take care.
I
of
mean,
him.
and that's why,
Jericho's
you
one
know,
of the guys that has,
Comes back to Ryan Giggs, I guess, and sorry, I don't mean to do a football
exactly.
tangent, but it comes back to
Jericho's
Ryan
been
Giggs,
one of
which
those
is
guys that
yeah,
has adapted well to modern.
changed his
mhm,
Fitness.
his A game to adapt to his consistent nature of
right.
how his body feels at the time. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's like, you know,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Jericho stopped getting away from the muscle building.
And you know what the irony is, though? He's done so well at this, not getting injury in a room, in a ring, that you guarantee that the one time he gets himself a serious injury, it's going to be something really stupid like
Like,
tripping
Jeff
over a
Hardy's
fucking
never had a major
chair
injury, and
or
then he
something in a
breaks his leg
restaurant.
in a motocross accident. Boggles the mind.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
Well,
you can.
And I love Jeff Hardy. I'm a big Jeff Hardy fan, but man,
Jeff Hardy's never had one major injury, but he's had a fucking shit ton
yeah,
of minor ones.
he's been
Probably.
and the shit he's done.
And first of all, he's probably had injuries, but he was probably
Yeah.
so medicated that he just powered through.
Does it also come down to how far you are up the roster, or how important you
Um,
are to WWE as a stable for making their money? Is how well
yeah, I
your
mean, you
health
look at
support is, if
Cena.
that
He
makes sense,
hasn't
with
had
your
too many major
physiotherapists.
injuries, but like now, like I guarantee the guy always has worked. You know, he works hurt all the time. I think it's Cena's like, you know, yeah, I'm hurt, but I'm still gonna do a job because I'm that guy, and that's one thing.
You're always you're always hearing about him getting hurt at some sort of house show, and he'll miss
Yeah, which, you
X
know,
amount of
Jim
time,
injury,
but
but then, you know, they do
ends
things
up
the
being fine.
storyline with him, you know, getting power bombed onto the apron and he's back a week later. You know, and or get 16 suplexes from Brock Lesnar and he's back a week later. Like, really?
Not necessarily a good
But
thing for your body, but you also got to take into account that some people
yeah.
are such consummate
Well, but if
professionals
you
that
look at
their
like storyline
drive will
injuries,
carry them
when you
over
bring the
the
guy back
limitations.
a week later from this, like the same thing that, you know, the first time Sami Zayn took the power bomb onto the apron, he was off TV for a month. He wasn't on TV for a
Well, that was the first time anybody in
right.
WWE had really done that.
But
Like that was, and that was a big thing that was done a lot of the indies, but
right.
strictly forbidden.
And then
in
but the
WWE
way it
to
was
do
built, like, okay,
those
this
types
put
of moves
Alex
onto the
Riley
apron.
out. It put, you know, Sami Zayn out for a month, and then he, you know, came back for the, you know, him and Owens had the feud for the title, and then he's been, you know, gone since because, well, more because, you know, shoulder, but which doing his entrance going in for match with Cena. Funny ways you get hurt in wrestling, you know. Ask Kevin Nash.
Yeah, man. Yeah, please.
Yeah.
It's like any sport, though, isn't it? Which is you can put your body through these rings and shit like this. Sorry, these ringers, and walk away, scot free. Then all of a
Completely
sudden,
minor.
something is
Yeah, and
completely,
the Kevin Nash thing, I can.
yeah. Like I don't know, I tripped over the
Yeah, I
fucking hose
remember
pipe in the
clearly
garden,
when that
and now I
happened, when
just
he
busted
got
my knee.
tagged into that 10-man tag and he blew his quad. Like, wow. Like, that's what you really? Like, it wasn't because you planted your foot. You know, I think Triple H did a spine buster the second time he tore his quad. The first time it was because he planted his foot. Second time is the spine buster. Like, wow. Again, the funny ways, you know, and I mean, going back to Jeff Hardy, we've seen him do swantons off of 20-foot ladders through tables to the floor. We've seen him literally almost miss the table and just straight up hit the floor, and he's in nothing. I'm like, how do you not do it without getting seriously hurt? It's amazing.
I don't believe in God, but when it comes to stuff like this, I like to think that God's up there looking down upon these people and just going, yeah, there's
Yeah.
irony.
Anyway, so back to Jericho and
Give me
Ambrose.
money,
I think is going to be a good.
Yeah.
Definitely looking forward to that going forward.
I think it's going to be a long running one as well.
Well, maybe not that long. It's going to be definitely.
I'd say they
month
get a
or
couple
so.
pay-per-views
I forget
out
how
of it.
long.
Yeah.
Until the next Fozzy tour.
But when I say long running, I mean basically it's not going to be wham bam thank you ma'am one fucking pay per view event. There's going to be a little bit of mileage in it.
Yeah, there's gonna be some
one or two maybe. I think they get 2 out of them. So there was another return, and this one was predicted, but kind of predicted.
Well, here's what happened.
50-50.
So again, this is we'll get to Sting in a minute, but you know, Rollins retains the title. Here comes fucking You Look Stupid. Comes out, he blasts Rollins. I'm cashing in. He's about to cash in. Boom. That's when Kane comes back.
Yeah, and it's not just
Demon Kane,
corporate
and we'll get
Kane.
into Raw in
It's
a minute
Demon
too,
Kane,
but not
not Safari
concessions
Kane,
Kane.
not Malibu Kane,
Yeah, and he
but
comes out
Demon
and he
Kane.
chokeslams
Yeah,
Rollins, and Sheamus is like,
and
"Yeah, do it again," and he gets chokeslammed. So, thank you, Kane, for stopping the cash in. I wish you would wait a couple more seconds before the match ended up actually happening, because guess what? Sheamus would have cashed in and failed, and we all would have been even happier if he just wait a few more fucking seconds.
we wouldn't have that cloud looming over our heads.
Sorry,
I mean, they were
Runkoff.
doing the whole thing where Sheamus was come back.
It's
We
just
walked backstage by the Authority, and he's with the briefcase. Like, really, you couldn't have tried to screw him any?
It's what they're doing is like they know we like Seth Rollins as champion. Like no matter what backlash he gets as champion, as being like this, protected champion, or stiveling champion. We all love it.
Yeah, and I
It's
mean,
good TV.
we're
I think no
seeing
matter
this
what the
turn in
ratings say.
WWE where we're seeing these big indie guys that are getting these prominent spots on WWE TV. It's just amazing to watch
Yeah,
because we're seeing
exactly. I think the Sheamus cash in is like WWE saying, "Hey, it could go back at any point in time. Enjoy it. We have this here. It could go back to that."
right.
Um, but I'm just
Yeah.
I don't know what to make Kane appears to be the new
Okay,
opponent for Rollins.
they can have a
I
good match. I'm not
I
worried, but they're doing this thing. I might as well just get into it
um
now.
why are they ripping off Impact Wrestling creative from 2 or 3 years ago
I
with
don't know.
the
I wasn't a fan until I saw Raw, and then I was like,
Yeah,
you know
I
what?
saw the
I'll
clip
allow it
of
for now.
Kane, and he's got someone's like, "It's great to be back at work," and like, oh my god, he's trying so hard because it's gonna lead into, yeah, I knew what I was doing the whole fucking time.
No, but like it was really well done when you
I was
watch it.
enjoying
Like
it,
it was
yes. So
entertaining.
I'm like, I allow this. Like, you know what? That moment, that day that Glenn Jacobs finally decides to hang up the boots, go into retirement, and enjoy the rest of his life. And I think him and his wife have like an insurance company or whatever the fuck it is. And this would be one of these things we look back like, this guy could do a lot of stuff. He wasn't like, because remember, he was very one-dimensional when he debuted and ripped the door off the Hell in a Cell, which is still one of those iconic images of wrestling.
look, he had one of the most
Hmm.
successful careers in wrestling history because he was a spin-off of
Yeah,
one of the most
and
successful gimmicks in WWE
He
history.
a
adapted to
guy
his
who took a
limitations,
gimmick that sounded goofy
which
on
is
paper and fucking ran with it.
Yeah, exactly, and
Yeah,
made it.
that's exactly how this is. It sounds
Yeah,
stupid on paper, but when you
But
watch it, he
but
ran with
leave it to this guy
yeah.
it.
to make
It's
it
like,
work. I
the whole
guess.
the Fandango
I
gimmick is
suppose.
goofy as hell, but man, when you get guys that are just gonna put 110% into it,
No, I
well,
think it's stupid.
you can't really
It's not
hate on
stupid.
it too much. If it's stupid, it's stupid. But it's not like these guys are, they're just gonna like, fuck it, I'm gonna put 110% into this thing and see what the hell happens.
they run
You
with what they know,
definitely
basically.
Yeah.
give it a chance.
You could be the most talented wrestler or most gifted or skillful wrestler in the world, but you take some of the other people who don't have anywhere near that level of talent, but they know what
Hmm.
works for them,
Yeah.
and they can make a career out of it. It's not always about brute force talent. It's about
Work
work ethic, I
ethic,
guess.
getting the creative,
Yeah.
Sometimes you could turn, chicken shit into chicken salad, you know.
It's
Hmm.
it's timing. It's all of this. No one knows when it's going to happen. It's when the
It
perfect
just,
storm
yeah, you
happens.
can't script it
Uh,
in a sense.
we don't
It's
expect it.
like Jericho.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And speaking of not
Jericho said
scripting it,
on like one of
there
the
was
WWE DVDs where you could have script the greatest promos in the world, but if you have but if you don't have it the right guy to do them, it's just gonna fall flat, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the Undertaker is
Yes.
proof positive of that. But speaking of things that you can't predict, there was a moment that we all kind of held our breath for, and I certainly hoped it wasn't the end
Mm-hmm.
of a legendary career, but it was definitely scary moment. Um,
Yeah.
we
The
all
turnbuckle
saw it. We
powerbomb
all
to
know what
Sting,
happened.
and
We don't have
he's
to. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
At one point, I'm
I
like, why is the referee letting him continue? Why is this
yeah
happening?
yeah. I look. I can't. I don't know if Sting knew what it was he was getting himself into. Sting at 57 years old. How old was he? 56.
56.
56.
Yeah. At that age, I don't think he knew what a buckle bomb was. I'm not saying that he hasn't watched Seth Rollins matches before, but I don't think he knew that's what it was called. But
He said
hats
he,
off to
he said
Sting.
he felt himself taking it wrong, and then he felt himself do it again.
Well, hats off to him for even taking it. That's the point I
Well,
was
Yeah.
trying to make.
it's like any sport. There's a cliche that people say, and it's true, which is you don't feel the same age as your body, period, in anything. So, he probably could have prepared for it. He looked at it, but he just, he doesn't, look upon himself as we do upon him, which is, wrestling fans just go like, dude, you're 56 years old. He's just going, he probably in his mind is still like in his fucking mid-20s. So
Yeah.
it's
Why
unfortunate and
not?
it'll
Fuck it.
happen
You're
again,
trying to
but
say.
sorry.
You're gonna say just like, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'll take it.
Well, no,
Like,
but what I'm saying is people don't want to ultimately, even in something like this where it pays them big money and it's their career, people don't always want to
There's
admit
things you just
that,
shouldn't do anymore. You know,
or
Kurt
don't
Angle shouldn't be
perceive,
doing moonsaults on the
yeah,
cage at his age.
yeah. Because my point being, like I said, you don't perceive your limitations as what you should do because you don't want to let go of something that you love. So,
Um, you know what it is? Is you don't think about everything combined. I was hospitalized one year. I used to take dance, and I was hospitalized one year, right before like the recital or something. And they wouldn't let me do it, and I was like, "Why? It's like a 3-minute dance." And they were like, they listed like a bunch of reasons that had to do with like you being under lights and adrenaline and things like that. So I would think that wrestling needs to be more so because you have to think about
Mm-hmm.
how you're landing on things
I
and
mean,
don't think. Plus, like your body less is just it's harder to take a bump when you're older, and I think he didn't think all of that inclusively
mhm.
through.
especially
plus also,
that
I
bump,
guarantee,
especially.
they maybe have tried to talk him, out with these things, but as I said, it comes down to, I guess, being self-conscious and stuff like this, which is you can't tell me what I can and can't do. I'm as good as I ever was because you don't want
Mhm.
to admit that you're getting old, basically.
It's also a thing for respect of wrestling. Like that's the turnbuckle powerbomb is
Well, yeah, the fans paid me for this.
is
I came
it's
here to do everything.
it's not even about that. It's a part of the guy's arsenal. It's a move in his
It's one of his
repertoire. It's
more
a
his
part of what
signature
he does in his
moves.
routine. Exactly. It's just like saying no. I won't take your finisher. Like I commend Sting for showing Seth Rollins the same respect you know that he deserves because if Sting would absolutely be well within his rights as the
Right.
30-year veteran to say no. I don't want to take that
Like,
turnbuckle
yeah.
power bomb. Like, are you kidding me? No, I'm not. That's recklessly dangerous and unnecessary. I do not need to take that and potentially uh, injure the
What little bit
longevity of
is
my
left.
career. So
Yeah,
no,
well,
I'm
let's
not going to
find
take
two
this
things. Of course, he's going to say, "Yeah, I'll take it."
because
He's like, yeah, I'll
because he's a
take it.
professional.
You know.
Right? He's a professional, and he's also on
You
the
know,
other
and
side.
I
When you
guarantee he was
combine
thinking,
that with
okay,
his probably
to help get this guy over just a little bit more, you know. And that's, I think, Sting's mindset. He's one of those guys that, yeah, I can lose every match the rest of my career. I'm gonna help put these guys over.
Well, yeah, like I said, Brandon's a consummate professional. He'll take that risk not just necessarily for himself, but because that's part and parcel of what you do, and it's a team basically. Whether they're against you or not, you play as a unit. So no, I really do hope he comes back. I really do.
Yep.
Um, it's sad, but I'm not gonna lie. I have an utmost of respect for him for
Yeah.
doing it in the first place. If that
Mm.
makes sense.
You were gonna say something, Liz?
I would think I was going to ask you what you were going to say, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I was anticipating you were going to say something, and that's why I was going to let you get into this.
Jedi mind
So,
trick.
all right, this I think speaks to a larger problem in WWE because this is again as there seems to be a noticeable trend now that as they're getting on in the year, they seem to be resulting now more towards the
Hmm.
older stars to help put over the younger stars as opposed to somebody of that younger generation working two guys working together from that generation to put over somebody else or to steal a show to get themselves both over regardless of who wins the match. Um, and these guys now
Hmm.
are getting hurt afterwards. I mean, after his last match, after the match at SummerSlam,
Hmm.
Undertaker had to go to the hospital.
How old's Undertaker?
He's
Right about 50.
52.
He's a
49,
little south of
52.
50.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, he's
Around
like
there,
maybe
yeah.
like 49, 50. Yeah, so he's yeah up there in age.
Stop making me feel old. I'm 40 next month. Thank you.
That's okay. We're
Just
not
say.
trying to make you feel old. We're just trying to say that if you're a wrestler in the 40s is when
Hmm.
the time you should start thinking about packing it in.
It, it,
Or
it hurts to watch.
yeah, it is. It does become
Hmm.
painful to
Like,
watch because you're watching these old
when I
men.
saw Undertaker and I was like, oh my god, watch those knees.
He's
Or
so
like when I
frail.
saw
Like
like Sting and I'm just like, oh my god, please referee, tell him to stop. Like,
Hmm.
it's painful to watch.
uh,
I can't. I'd rather see him
I
fall off
think is
before they.
when is the WWE finally going to have to start relying on these older talents of to
Hmm.
in these marquee positions to put on these big matches when clearly these guys are physically just not
Yeah, but
capable
isn't
of
some of
holding
it
their
the
own.
fact that they know that they're
Hmm.
still draws and not for the sense of making money, but fans want to see it, so that's why they kind of hold on to them a little bit too longer than they should, if that makes sense.
Well, how much of a responsibility is it? Like, we've had reports of like Undertaker's like, oh yeah, I can go a few more years.
I mean, I thought he was done after WrestleMania
You know,
30.
like at what point
That
does
scares me.
There's a
Yeah,
Rocky
believe me.
Six analogy over this right now. Everyone has one last great fight in them.
Yeah, no, that the prospect of another 5 years of Undertaker WrestleMania and SummerSlam and Royal Rumble appearances is a truly
yeah.
scary
Well, they can still
prospect for me.
use them, but don't use them like in strong main events. I mean, I know
I
that would kill people like the Undertaker to be like, "Well, you're demoting me down the card,"
no, it
but
wouldn't because when you're talking about the Undertaker,
Yeah.
it's a guy who's a consummate
because what do
professional.
they say about every sportsman in every sports ever, which is the first thing to go are your legs,
Hmm.
the last thing to go is your mind. So you're always playing catch up on your ability to do something, if that makes sense.
No, that's pretty valid. Um, I think that the time is coming for them to you know find another way to get
Yeah.
get the younger talent over other than
Oh,
relying
well,
on.
but we had this is the question I would like to ask because obviously you're all more far more versed in wrestling than I am. But why are they still putting the onus on these people? Because they do have the younger talent. What are they afraid of? Why aren't they, picking up the game and pushing them more forward? I'm not saying
I
they're not, but you know what I mean.
I think it, exactly like you say, they're more
They're afraid of
comfortable with
change.
this older talent because they know it's gonna be a draw.
Yeah.
But how
They
much
know
of
it's gonna
it,
be a draw.
like, where does it fall on the wrestler to be like, I'm really too old for this? Like,
Well,
if
because
the
they'll
rest,
never admit it, though. I know what you're saying.
It's like
They'll
Hulk
never admit
Hogan
it
still
because you
wanting
don't
to
want to
have a
admit
match
that you
with John
can't do
Cena at
something anymore.
WrestleMania,
So.
even though he's had more back surgeries than Ric Flair's had title reigns.
and like that's what I mean. Like, let's say WWE says, okay, well, listen, no, like they're not going to, but they're like, okay, like Hogan wants a match, yeah, sure, we'll put him in.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
that's what I mean. Like, it seems
yeah,
like it could be a chicken or egg scenario kind of thing, like, or not chicken and egg, more like a cycle.
I think Brandon touched upon it with the
That's
fact that at some point you have to draw the line in the sand for their best interest. They may not like
I
it,
mean, what is it?
but
What is that line? What is it going to take for that line in the sand to be drawn? Is it going to be take one of
exactly.
these
But it's going to take what a horrible, horrible fucking injury.
exactly one of these guys like breaking? I'm going to say. I mean, I hate to use the the, the stereotype, but
mhm.
one of these guys breaking a hip or having a heart attack and dying in the ring. I mean,
Yeah. I
God,
mean,
that's like
I
I
mean,
would
as much as I would
not
love
like
to
that
see
for
that's
that
what I
to
Sting
mean.
happen.
versus Taker, I don't think it's ever gonna happen at this point.
I think it's going to happen, but I just don't think the two guys are going to be the
Or it should be
same
Well, this
massively
afterwards.
scaled back. At
Mhm.
some point,
this
someone needs
is
to
what I
take some
mean. Like,
proper respect for these people's conditions. So, well, not condition. That sounds terrible. I'm writing them off, but you know, like I said, the age upon their bodies and the stuff that they're still competing at this stage. At some point, someone has to say, basically, no, sorry, we can't put you in this position right now because you just aren't going to fucking take it. No offense, but it's a, and I hate saying this, but it's
Mhm.
true. It's a young man's sport.
Yep.
Always has been, Dave. Always has been.
I understand though why they keep them going. Even though I asked just now, which is they're bankable, they're icons. They are, clearly when you walk up to a kid and say like, "Hey, if I say WWE to you, what will you say?" They'll be like, "Oh, Undertaker. Oh,
Hogan,
Sting."
you
Well,
know,
now,
you know,
um,
things like that.
but yeah, yeah. Bye, Hogan. I noticed that Tesco's, the superstore, took all your figures off sale. Just saying. Um, and I toyed really hard about buying the belt. Oh, I really wanted that belt, but I couldn't justify dropping £35 on it. I just thought it would make a really good thumbnail, and I wanted the belt. In fact, I wanted to walk into
It's
work
just
wearing
I
it.
think it's just funny that you would fit in a child-sized belt. I just think
Dude,
it's
why do you think my Turtles hats work?
absolutely
Apparently, I have the
hilarious
same
to me.
size head as a child.
You're a grown man and you fit into a
Let me
child
rephrase it, by
size.
the way, because you'll never see this, because, I'm flattered, but I'm not that way inclined. I will never take my shirt off in front of you, but if I did, I'm totally rocking a Bruce Lee physique, so.
Well,
It's called being
thank you for that.
skinny, having.
Thank you for driving up our
dude,
female viewership numbers.
I wear little boys' clothing. I'm pretty small.
We could share wardrobes.
Clearly,
Yeah. But you're not wearing any of my Bruce Lee shirts. But I might let you wear one of my turtle shirts.
Brandon, who do you like? Who do you think should draw the line? Like,
I
is it
think
up
it's
to the WWE to say like we're not putting you in
I
this
think
match,
it's
or is it up
I
to the
think the
rest?
wrestlers got to police themselves. I
Mhm.
Yeah,
think that's ultimately what it's got to be. But
But no, see, I
WWE
kind of.
does have to have some responsibility.
Yeah, that's my point, which is if they keep doing this, and
Mhm.
I'm not going to lie, on paper, I like it. I really do, because these are, the people who are the icons of this sport. But at the same time, they do need to draw the line because at some point something very very bad is going to happen,
Yeah,
and
exactly. That's
everyone in all the rest of sport media is going to point their finger at them and just say, you could have prevented this, you could have stopped this is on you.
yeah. Brock Lesnar's going to do something to somebody. I hate to blame Brock Lesnar and put him as that, but just Brock
Mhm.
Lesnar's going to do something to somebody,
Do it at Hulk Hogan, and then
and
when he says he's all dazed looking up at Lesnar can just go, that's because he didn't use the hard R, prick. That works.
that's because he used the hard R.
Yep.
Never go hard
No,
R.
talking about the other. No, he
Anyway,
used it. Flair didn't. Never mind.
anyway,
Wasted.
yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. I think it's going to keep happening until either they like just run out of it, because again, very quickly they're running out of
Who's the
these
oldest
people
wrestler
that
then in WWE and or
uh,
slash WWF?
I mean,
who
active.
before he retired.
I mean, Flair was almost what? How old when he wrestled his last match? He was almost 60 by the time he
But
wrestled
then he went
Shawn
to
in that
wrestle in
match.
TNA, and
And
yes,
we just don't
that
want to
doesn't.
count that. That doesn't count.
8.
Ric Flair retired
Yeah.
in 2000.
And that just a great moment. That was another one of those retirements. It was
Against
just like
Shawn Michaels.
you knew it was coming, and it was
Yeah, it was
just that
great.
moment like this is happening.
It still didn't
Oh yeah, because you're
prevent
seeing
me
the end of
from
it
feeling any less
when
about
Shawn Michaels,
it.
I
retired.
watched an episode of Lizard Lake Towing last night that actually had Ric Flair in. Sorry.
Anyway, moving on, there was a bit of news. So that was our Night of Champions review. All in all, I felt it was
There were a couple of great moments, I
fairly
could
decent
take away
pay-per-view.
from it.
Started out pretty
Charlotte and
strong.
Kevin Owens. So
Yeah.
You
Yep.
didn't feel shafted on your wallet, if that makes sense.
No. But the positives outweighed the
that's good.
negatives, I think.
Yes, that.
On to Hell in a Cell, where we'll see Brock
Yeah.
Lesnar and The Undertaker.
Yeah, there were some things
Yeah, I mean,
that happened
they
that
were,
are kind of like
it was a
head scratchers that
network
come
ad,
out
and
of
they're
it.
building up this big, the
It was an ad in the B. It was an ad in the A block of the pay-per-view. Like just no fanfare whatsoever.
Brock Lesnar
just,
Go to Hell tour, October
There you
3rd. He faces Big Show at Madison Square Garden. Yep.
Yeah, that we knew about already. Been pimping that.
Unless you were
forever.
paying attention and had your hands on all pies,
Yeah. And
it
then
was a
he's going to
blink
be
and you
on
could miss
Stone
it
Cold's
moment.
podcast on the network.
It was. That was like a whole.
I'm
like a
looking
holy
forward
shit
to
moment.
that.
Like, oh, that's gonna.
I'm
be
gonna wonder if they
awesome.
bring
That's
up the
gonna be
whole thing where
amazing.
Austin took his ball and went home.
And then
I don't know. Yeah, I'd love to know Brock's thoughts on
I'm
that.
sure it will come up. And then they.
And then the
that's
Hell in
good.
a Cell
I'm sure it will come
match.
up. And then they drop the bombshell. They drop a bombshell on us. Undertaker, Brock Lesnar,
Yeah.
Hell in a Cell. With
So I'm
zero
looking at this like because
fanfare
I
or
remember
build-up
it's on the Undertaker, the Tombstone thing, and you can go back watch on there with that first Hell in a Cell match, which was great. Everything in that, from Taker bleeding like a stuck pig, you had Brock going out, you had Heyman try and get involved, and he did a blade job and
Sorry. Say that again. I want your ringtone.
like a stuck
What
pig.
is a stuffed pig?
Yeah, sorry, Jr.
Oh, that works. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's
And
bleeding like a
Heyman,
stuffed pig.
he bled in that match too. He got, slammed into the cell, and it was just a great fucking match.
It was a match. But I'm saying there was build up. They literally robbed us of potentially.
Yeah, they had some build
robbed
up
us
there.
of 3 weeks of
You had
God
everything from
godlike
Brock
Heyman
breaking
promos.
Undertaker's hand. He's in the cast. He's like Stephanie McMahon, the GM of SmackDown at the time. The Undertaker will be allowed to wear his cast.
But again, they
Build
by
up.
doing this, they robbed us of
Like,
a build up. I don't know if it's just because there's literally just nothing they could do anymore between those
just
two.
build it up as the final confrontation.
Like, really,
please.
how much left is there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Paul Heyman could make that feud interesting. Like it really doesn't. It really was not going to take much to get a little.
That's why they're doing it in such a short span. Like, it doesn't take much.
I thought it felt like an insult to the wrestlers, which is if I was those wrestlers with that lack of build up, my brain would just thought like, what are we, an afterthought for you?
Well,
man?
look, I think these guys probably agreed to this a long time ago, so they probably don't care.
Brock Lesnar's getting paid more money.
Sure, it's a cage match. He's gonna get.
Yeah.
He's gonna get.
And it's also like an extra one on top of the
I
contract.
still get confused with cage match rules, by the way. Sorry.
This is how.
By the way, Leslie, sorry, these people, I've been on there for a year.
Hell in a Cell.
They've recruited me into loving wrestling, but I still struggle with some of the rules.
Well, here's the thing: there's always been different rules to a cage match. There used to be where it was basically one fall to a finish, and the cage was just a way of keeping people out. Then sometime in the 1980s, WWE added the escape. You had to beat your opponent and escape the cage.
That's
And
the
then
bit
they
I don't
added,
like.
that it's pin, submission, or escape.
Yes, then that's that, and that's
Used to
kind of what
now,
we're
yeah.
operating in now.
But the
It's
Hell in a
pinfall, submission,
Cell, the
escape.
idea is
The Hell in a Cell is completely different. That's
no
just one
DQ,
fall to
no
the
count
finish.
out. The pinfall has to. It, yeah, I mean, I know Triple H
Take
did
place
pin
in the ring.
Jericho on the top of the cell. It was over the ring, yes.
It was
Still
over the ring.
inside, yeah. Technical bullshit, whatever. It counts, yes.
It counts.
Anyway,
It was
but
over the ring.
the idea is also to keep people out. You're gonna be, and they found ways out, the cell before. From Edge spearing Undertaker through one of the panels, you had.
But they, I know I'm harping on this. They robbed us of 2 to 3 weeks of classic or potential classic.
You're getting 2 to 3 weeks of it.
Am I? Are we though?
Yeah.
Are we
Between now and Hell in the Cell.
though? I don't know.
Well, we'll
I don't
see
know. I
it.
don't know that we are.
Do you have to
We
know
might
it?
just we
Well,
So
might
why
let's
don't
just
you
just
not
wait
see
to
what
get
know
that.
happens. But
until
that's the
after you
fear.
know?
So
I just don't understand
it's
the sense in
fucking
announcing the
ridiculous.
match in
Sometimes WWE knows
advertisement.
they're doing it. Sometimes they don't. Honestly, at this point, I'm really more
You know
Sometimes
who
they
doesn't
interested in
really.
see a
seeing him on
calendar?
Stone Cold's
The C-
podcast.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna be must see TV.
Yep.
Must see network WWE network TV. Um, there was another bit of news this week, and another bit of kind of obvious news that or at least it was obvious to me. Someone else on this podcast was a little bit more surprised. They're a little bit bigger fan than me. I
Season
understand
2.
that. Lucha
Yes,
Underground was renewed for season 2.
I was
I was not
just
surprised by
because
this.
again
I
we
didn't
hadn't
watch.
heard anything. They're still in talks, and
You were surprised. You were surprised that they were going that this. Look, I didn't watch much of it. I was acutely aware of its existence, but
right.
from what I understand of its impact on the
I mean,
wrestling
that was just
scene,
me. I guess that was just me
there
being
was
kind of
just no way that this
fearful
program
of.
wasn't going to get
That's
Yes.
of the thing you
So
like going away. I understand
yeah.
that, but you got to look at this practical, man.
but
This was
no, it's really funny because I never
Well, I
even
did.
watched as much as
Brandon's never
you did,
seen it
Brandon,
because again,
and
stupid
I
reason he
was
doesn't
less
can't find it in HD.
skeptical.
I watched most of the last season after hearing
they
about
don't
this
have it in
grave
HD.
consequences match between
I'm a snob.
Phoenix and Mil Muertes, and I just started watching it, and I just got hooked. The way it's shot, Dario Cueto's a fucking amazing character. The guys that are on there, and just everything about it is just great. So, hey, I mean, we're gonna see a season 2. It's gonna be in 2016. It was all over social media. I mean, if you look at the last 4 minutes, this video package of the end of season 1, it's just wrapping up stories. There's more stories being built. We saw the first appearance of this monster Matanza. It's like just a glimpse, like it's just things like that.
It's
It's certainly
certainly
great because it's
become
more it's a
a
wrestling show,
force.
but it's a more of like a TV show with wrestling. It's one of those things where if you look at the things they do,
It
if well, not that. It's that
It's
if
breaking the
WWE
fourth
tried
wall,
doing
basically.
things where you had Drago, just disappear in a big wall of flames, and that was on like Monday Night Raw, it'd get laughed out of the building. But because Lucha Underground sub, it's like a comic book come to life. You have all these interesting characters, these intriguing stories, and there's proper payoff to feuds. There's, just
No, I get it. I get why it's a thing. I don't see why people were surprised that it was
well,
being
I don't think it
renewed.
was that was more.
I
I was
don't
just
think that they were in
happy,
doubt
but
that it was
there,
being
yeah, like I said,
renewed.
just a little shot, a little,
No, you were saying
yeah.
because no
So,
news is not good
but
news, but I just there was ever no any doubt. I will give it a shot now. Now that it's going to get a second season, it's going to come back around. I will,
yeah, I mean they do things
maybe
like the
try
Gift of the
and give
Gods,
it a
how they
shot.
take WWE's Money in the Bank concept and make it better. Just Dario's thing, like just give me just 1 week to promote the match. I want to promote my title matches.
Yeah, well, not a bad business match.
Yes.
It's good.
And I mean,
It's
and
good.
now
More
kind of the
wrestling is
offshoot
good.
from that, one of the guys that was
It's
on
all
last
good.
season, Mr. Supermax Hernandez, will not be coming back because of the TNA fiasco. They released him.
And then they went through all that stuff with TNA. Went through all that stuff with Hernandez to cancel the Beatdown Club, which probably also lost them Kenny King,
Mm-hmm.
who recently just made an appearance back in ROH.
Yeah, nice job,
Yeah,
morons.
LOL TNA. LOL.
Yeah,
LOL
well,
TNA.
it's not like Hernandez was a big, like, if they went and lost, a Phoenix or a Mil Muertes, like, then I'd be worried. Pentagon Jr., my
Or
god, that guy is
Pentagon
awesome.
Jr. or
That match he had with Vampiro.
I just like saying Pentagon Jr.
Well, you look at the
Just to say
match,
it's the
and I
greatest
listened to
name in the world
Vampiro
ever.
on Stone Cold's podcast. He was talking about, like, there was, they edited that down for TV. That whole entrance, like, went, like, 16 minutes. Like, he was just sitting there soaking it in.
That's
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
so, and that was just one of those
That's
payoffs that,
insane.
like, wow. It's, again, if you can find a way to watch, if they, like, if Netflix gets season 1, Brandon, watch it. Please, watch it.
I will watch it, and if El Rey has an HD on demand channel, I will watch it. But for some reason, their regular channel doesn't seem to be in high definition, and that's just
Oh,
really
surprised
annoying.
it goes to Amazon Prime, to be perfectly honest, because they're in preparation for Top Gear, sucking up everything they can
I
right
don't
now.
pay for Amazon Prime. I get
Otherwise, then
random,
no one
when
will
I
watch
order
them.
on Amazon, if I get a random, free 30-day trial, I get it. I have it then. But other than that, fuck it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
save that random trial for Top Gear when it comes back.
Mm-hmm.
Sucking.
I mean, their version of Top Gear, not the BBC version
Sorry.
of Top Gear. But they're
Mm-hmm.
the reason I say that is they are absolutely sucking up as much high profile content as they can right now to try and stop people laughing at them because they're like, well, you're not Netflix, you're quite crap really,
Yep.
and you're more expensive.
Totally. All right. So what else was there? There was
Let's
one
see.
other
We had
story that I felt like we
the
gotta
Eva
talk
Marie
about.
thing. The now the rumor is now she's
Spacing. Are we gonna talk? Not. I mean, look. We said it before. Eva Marie's time may be
yeah.
numbered because I think the paradigm shift
Mm.
is on its
Yep.
way in the Divas division. We certainly saw it this week with Paige. I think they're gonna adjust more to a strong
I
wrestling
hope so. I mean,
background.
you've
I think they're moving away from the
well,
beautiful women that
there's
can wrestle. They're now just women that can
yeah.
wrestle that are
I
also
guess
hot.
that's the thing. I mean, you've got
Yeah.
now you got Sasha Banks on the main roster, Charlotte, Becky Lynch, you got Bayley, you got if you wanted more of a diva to win your NXT Women's title, Alexa Bliss. you know,
Yeah, but I just think Eva Marie is going to be one of these people, just like we said, like with Dana Brooke and maybe Miss Bliss as well. When as soon as Kana comes around and starts, laying those kicks into her, you're going to see very
yes.
quickly who's
I'm hoping
made for
more
this
of
business
Alexa
and who's
Bliss is made for this
was
business
just
than
trying to see if this was
Eva
a tape.
Marie. Let's put it that way.
Oh, I
I'm enjoying, Alexa
I'd say that's
Bliss's
pretty good,
work as,
pretty solid
the
wager.
manager with Blake and Murphy. Honestly, I'm loving it.
I said it before in the show. She could be the next Sunny.
Oh, beautiful.
Speaking of,
Sonny's been arrested.
Trying to segue. Yeah, that's an excellent segue. Yeah, bench warrant was issued for her for her failure to appear ticket in a court in Pennsylvania. She's currently in that correctional facility where she will be until she's awaiting trial.
I don't get why you
7th.
wouldn't turn up.
Maybe
though.
that whole,
because you
internet
don't
cam
give a
show
shit.
thing wasn't paying as much as,
All they know is maybe she's too popular. That's why she couldn't make her appearance because she was too busy doing
for money.
live sex shows.
She
for,
again,
you
she's
know,
one step away from being a fucking hooker.
for
No, but my point being, which is, it doesn't matter who you are, where you are, what you are, sports star, movie star, whatever. You can't
Well,
outrun the
in
law.
this country,
So
unless you're rich, but yeah,
just suck it up
affluent,
and
my
go there.
ass.
or Whitey Bulger. Hey now, that's go see Black Mass. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, man. This story, like I
Yeah, it's
said,
like how
was going to
it's
get
gotten weirder
weirder
and
and
weirder
weirder
with
with
Hogan.
Sony,
You know, it's
and
fucking wrestling.
it's so. But I think finally the
You
weirdness with
think
the
so?
Sony story has finally come to an end. Like, okay, she's going to be in jail. She'll be,
Yeah.
she'll be in jail.
should we have a whip round on Slamcast and buy a soap on a rope for the shower? You know, just saying.
Oh, we should start a Kickstarter. Donate to
GoFundMe.
Stunny's commissary account.
Hey, it's you know, I think it'd go to better use than those idiots who want to use GoFundMe because they get fired for bigotry. But anyway, I'm just taking shots all around.
Oh, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Now
So yeah, we
you're on the
hit that. We got
soapbox
Eva
now.
Marie out of the way.
Hey,
It's funny because you see these things. It's like the wacky world of wrestling. You know, it's like randomly me seeing Scott Steiner versus Gangrel at a random indie show. Things like that. It's wrestling. Yeah, I mean,
that is
you get
that is
good
pretty random,
stories
actually.
like how Rico's now, he's a cop. You got things like that, and then
Oh, speaking of good stories, by the way, that made me say there was another good story, or at least interesting story that came to my attention just before we went live. Apparently, WWE threw a
yes,
bunch of money at Carlito, my favorite apple spitting
yep.
second generation superstar. But Carlito turned it down because he could apparently make as much or
Mhm.
more on the
I
independents.
guess they didn't meet his price. You know what? I would have loved to see Carlito back on WWE TV in all honesty.
You know they will come back and offer it, and he will take
I mean, I guess the rumor was
take
because
the deal.
WWE needed a
Um,
top Hispanic star because they don't have that right now. you know.
they don't.
No,
Sin Cara does
being in
not
the
count.
tag team, no. The
Uh,
guys, at least kind of.
what's
I think Kalisto.
Kalisto?
I don't know.
Kalisto's close, but Kalisto's
I mean, it
not
would have been
quite
great.
there.
I would. Yeah, I don't know.
He's a Latin star. Wouldn't call him a
I don't
top
know.
Latin star, but
It would have been nice. I would have loved to seen just Carlito come
yeah.
back and just random
Look, look. I still
a
don't think it's
possibility.
outside that far outside the realm. Oh, excuse me, hiccups. Yeah, I just think
Yeah,
an
and
improved offer, and if we're fantasy booking this, all we need to do is just have Carlito interrupt a El Matador segment and have him like, "What are you guys doing? You guys aren't bullfighters. Bullfighters
really,
aren't cool. What is this?
really,
This guy? This is just a midget.
yeah.
Midgets aren't cool. This whole thing?
No, they are. If you live in
This isn't
Australia,
cool.
because
That would be great.
there's a
Exactly.
sport in Australia, by the way, but it's a tangent. But when you say midgets aren't cool, they are. And sorry, people, I'm just saying it. Blame Australia, not me. But you can go to several pubs in Australia and play a
Yes,
competition called
I've seen
midget
clips of
tossing.
that. Wow.
Oh, well, you could do that in this country too. Well,
Well,
could.
it's how far can you throw a midget? The winner gets his
I
bar
like that.
tab paid. That's just
Like,
wrong.
okay, my bar tab will get paid if I can toss this little guy far enough. And then I went,
Yeah.
rounds are on me.
Do you know what
Run
I'd
round
do
on
though if
me,
I
and then
was
I'm drinking
playing
the
it?
rest of the fucking night.
Yeah, I'd have to quote I'd have to quote Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit or something when I did it, which is
It'd be
"Fly,
like me that
Elijah,
random
fly."
Friday night I went out to the bar and won $100 off of five. I basically drank for free. I still I had like $100 paycheck because I was out of town for 2 straight weekends, so I didn't work a shit ton. And then $100 paycheck, I went home with $160. So, and that was after like, okay, I'm ahead. Fuck it, I'm just gonna get wasted. you know.
and then you toss the Hobbit across the room, and
this
everyone
little
high
tangent.
five you.
You know what this little tangent allowed me to do?
Oh,
Come up with an Iron
yes.
Shiek tweet of the week.
All right, good.
Play my
Yes.
damn theme music and let's get
All
the
right,
fuck
give
out
me
of
a
here.
second here.
All right, let's do it. Leroy Jenkins, Iron Shiek tweet of the week.
Leroy?
Fuck him! I dumped him! I wanna know, are you the man or are you a fucking piece of shit? No good motherfucker! Fucking bullshit!
I fucking love that song. So,
You should
all right,
probably ringtone
back.
got told off at work. It's not fair.
It happens. I think the Iron Sheik, the greatest living Iranian American, and an inspiration to all human beings around the world, is finally back in peak Twitter form, because football season is back, and let me tell you, Iron Sheik has been killing it this football season. But that's not our Iron Sheik tweet of the week this week. No, not Tony Romo, you hurt your shoulder worse than Miss Piggy. No, that's not. I literally just think he's naming random things at this point. This one, it's going back, classic Iron Sheik, vintage Iron Sheik tweet of the week. Justin Bieber win Emmy before I break his fucking neck with my suplex on his head. Hashtag Emmys. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your Iron Sheik tweet of the week.
Fucking bullshit!
There we go. All right.
I guess it echoed on your end.
Welcome back.
But yeah, like
Yeah, a little bit
the
there,
theme,
sorry.
I'll randomly just watch it at some points and just smile. It's just so good.
It's great. The Iron Sheik is just an uplifting. You feel the power of positivity, just like the new day.
Yep.
With the Iron Sheik's Twitter feed.
Only a little less
This
PG.
has been a fun show. Yeah, this has been a fun show. So
He
let's do some
inspires me, by
plugging
the way.
plugs.
You want to know why?
Why?
He inspires me to just be that bloke at the bus station or the
Yeah.
train station and just find a really offensive soundbite to make.
Oh,
Sorry.
so a side thing about like Iron Sheik, I'll randomly just speak Iron Sheikish randomly. My buddy's wife, my buddy Ty's wife, texts me, Romo just runs the ball for first down, Cowboys, and I just texted back, "Fuck the Romo, jabroni for life." Just I don't know. I just find
jabroni for life.
yeah, I just
Do you
find
often,
myself
when
just
you
being Iron Sheik quips randomly in my life.
do you refer to people as fluffy dick jabronis that have raisin balls? Do you often?
Oh, yeah.
When you want to make someone feel, do you often feel the need to humble people and break their necks and fuck their ass?
He inspires me. And
look,
funny enough,
All I can say is, right, I've just taken this on board and I'm going to use this. I've digested it and it will be my new conversational opener. Fluffy dick jabroni.
I was really just like, I'm trying to think of,
just Iron Sheikish quotes.
Iron Sheikisms.
Hey, Dave, how you doing? Shut up.
I
you
mean, it's
fluffy
like how
dick jabroni.
someone created a Donald Trump insult generator just using his Twitter. You could do the same with the Iron Sheik. That's crazy. But it's awesome.
Yeah, it
So yeah,
really is.
plugs,
So,
plugs, all the good shit. Dave, plug your shit.
You can find me at Lawnboys Post 1975 if you like your retro video games. Possibly ones outside North America where you won't have any idea what I'm playing, but it's fun. Come and check me out. Possibly a couple of community questions a week and maybe some rants. And hockey season's back soon, so expect many rants on that.
30-something days.
Plus, also,
30-something days.
right, I should say this for my first rant, which is not a rant, but a good thing, but who's the bloke from the Habs who just made the biggest donation to charity ever?
Is it Subban?
Didn't he give like $10 million or something?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. It was the Canadians. I don't pay attention.
My girlfriend told me and I was half asleep at the time. Oh, right. Well, apparently the bloke from the Habs, I can't remember his name because I was half asleep at the time when my girlfriend told me, and I haven't checked it online, made a personal donation to charity of 10 million Canadian dollars.
Damn.
That's a
What?
whole. That's a
To
whole lot of
quote, to
loonies.
quote Lord Flashheart from Blackadder, what a guy.
That's a whole lot of loonies, eh?
We're
Nick,
gonna.
onto your plugs.
No, we don't like loonies. We like toonies because if you put a toonie in your fridge, you can pop the middle out. Sorry.
All right.
No, these are
Anyway,
very
I'm
specific Canadian jokes. Sean's really liking these jokes. Sean Michelin, if he's listening to this podcast,
nice.
we're really popping Sean with all these Canadian references.
Yeah.
I miss living in Canada. I'm just saying. Sorry.
All right. Let me plug my
Your
shit
country
so we
never
can get the
welcomed me into
hell out of
fucking open
here.
arms.
I want to at least have this thing rendering tonight, and not wait till Monday
Yeah.
because I'm out getting drunk all weekend and going to work hungover as
Yeah.
fuck
Good man.
at 10:30
Good
the
man.
next Saturday morning after I randomly go out on a Friday night because we didn't work.
Just make
Anyway,
sure the first time you chug your first pint glass right down to the bottom, you just go slam it on the table and just go, "Whoa, motherfuckers!" Sorry. That's what you do. At least here.
anyway, I'm over on YouTube at the Gaming Pegasus 187. I'm on Twitter at Gaming Pegasus 187. I'm on Instagram, Xbox Live, Wii U, Pegasus 187. Supercard, the exact same fucking thing. I'm on Facebook at Nick Karachik. I'm in the Wrestling Revolution, / MMA Facebook group. I don't know why I always get the name wrong every week, but fuck it. I'm gonna keep going. I'll have a new video up Sunday. I just gotta get around. Do I have the footage recorded? I don't know. I'll have to look. But yeah, I'm trying to finish up Super Metroid. I'm trying to finish fucking Skyward Sword right now on the Wii U. I'm playing Madden, all that good shit. I'm off for the weekend, so I'll be on. I got gameplay tomorrow night. Whoever's gonna be on, I don't know. It's different week to
I'll
week.
be on.
Yeah, I was gonna be on last week, but then again, I went to go watch the Grizz game and they lose, so I went and drowned my sorrows in beer.
Yeah.
So
You wasted. See, you could have been on
Exactly.
IGG, but no, you went, and it was an unfortunate night. That's on
yeah,
you, sir. That's on you.
I know. I hate seeing the Grizz lose.
Sorry.
I love seeing the Bobcats lose because as a Grizz fan, I'm not a Cat fan. So yeah, wonderful Montana college rivalry. So, Leslie,
I'm still trying to decide if this is upgrade or my usual Friday night activity watching SmackDown or not. So obviously,
This
I
is
don't do
definitely
anything.
better than watching SmackDown.
well, I mean, if it happened on SmackDown, didn't happen. So, what happened when SmackDown went from being the better than Raw? You had the SmackDown 6 to being the Raw recap. What the fuck?
Vince McMahon happened. That's what happened.
Yeah. I mean, one of the last best moments we had was when Teddy Long came back and he got the ultimate wet dream and booked a 15-man tag team match. Because Hornswoggle and El Torito are on different sides because they're midgets. Oh, wow.
Oh, play
Let's
it.
toss
All right, so
Brandon.
if you like this show and you like listening to me talk, you can follow me on the Twitter at @BrandonAllHope. I'm gonna do some Twitter things more. I haven't been Twittering a lot. More Twittering, more Twitching coming up soon. There'll be more Twitching coming up. Check me out on that Twitch jump off.
You have a very unfortunate side effect with your eyes.
What?
Sorry. Like blinking. More twittering. I'm gonna do more
What?
twittering.
What? What? You say something? What?
And I'm gonna go to independent wrestling. And I'm gonna
Right. Can I finish
try and
it?
stick
Can I
my
finish?
camera and film it and put it on YouTube and then get done for copyright strike.
Shut
But hey, it'll be worth
up.
it. Shut up, McCready.
Okay. Anyway, so you like this show, right? You should go out and you should support independent wrestling no matter where you live. Because I guarantee you, no matter where you live, there's independent wrestling. There's people like myself in ill-shapen spandex trying to live out their dreams. You can probably see some other cool things on there too, but it's all about supporting sports in your local community. So you should go do that and be a part of your local community. Support independent wrestling. It's where the stars of tomorrow make their way and are forged in the furnaces of failure and success. Mostly failure, though. For all the good brothers and sisters out there, if you're partying this weekend, take care of yourselves and each other. Don't do anything stupid. Don't want to hear about any sort of terrible accidents. That would just be terrible. Yeah, so for the absent Michael Burham, for show researcher Leslie Joy, for Dave Wade, for executive producer in training, although I think he's pretty much earned the job by now. Yeah, that's right, Burham, you got replaced. Nick Horacek, I'm Brandon Ligon saying good night. Go forth and spread beauty and light. Peace, love, and humptiness. Play my theme song. Let's go home. Yeah, this was the most not booty podcast ever.
Well, I've
Did
just
we
decided,
figure out a title?
Seriously, when I go
I don't
to
even know.
because I got tickets for the Hippodrome next week. When I go to watch the Bristol Wrestling Fest, I'm gonna
Is
sneak a
that what it's
camera in.
called? The Bristol Wrestling Fest?
Yeah, dude, it's
I don't know why I
England. We're
find that so
15 years
funny.
behind you. But I'm
I
gonna
don't know
sneak
why I
up.
found
In
that so
fact, I
funny.
might take my I got camera glasses. I might take them in. I mean, I look like Austin Powers, but I can film the whole thing to my iPad.
I'm just reading. I'm just going back in my like the things people posted on Facebook in the past, and something Burhan posted a year ago. Goldust looks like he fell asleep in black paint. No one had the heart to tell him. Not even Nikki. Oh, those
Wow.
memes were hilarious.
Oh man.
Yeah, buddy.